This is Trick Room. Normally a singles gimmick and a VGC staple, has recently hit ranked 1 in the ladder. We decided to take Goobious Caesar's team and try it out for ourselves. Without further ado, let's get into the battles. Let's get into the first battle. As my opponent goes Dragapult, we start Porygon 2. Dragapult starts things off, fires off the Dragon Darts, does some solid damage as we set up the Trick Room. Now able to outspeed, we fire off the Ice Beam, do some huge damage as they go for the Dragon Tail, phasing us into Iron Hands. With a Quark Drive boost, we're able to go for the Ice Punch, take out Dragapult. Up next we see Mimikyu. Iron Hands fires off the Ice Punch, breaking the disguise, as Mimikyu retaliates with the Play Rough, getting some big damage. After tanking that big hit, we go for the Wild Charge, take out Mimikyu. Unfortunately, the Trick Room goes away as we see Ceruledge again, and they go for the Phantom Force as we whiff the Wild Charge. This allows us to switch into Porygon 2, which means Phantom Force does nothing. On the next turn, we see the Flame Charge, allowing them to get a nice speed boost as we set up another Trick Room. Now able to outspeed, we go for the Terra Ground Terra Blast, getting some huge damage as they go for the Bitter Blade, taking out Porygon 2. My next Pokemon is the Ursaluna, who thanks to Trick Room is able to outspeed, take out Ceruledge with a Headlong Rush. Flame Orb activates, giving us the Guts boost as we see Frostlass. No problem for the bear though, as we go for the Fire Punch, take him out in one shot. After Frostlass, we see Toxapex, who's actually able to outspeed, go for the Liquidation, get some big damage. We go for the Headlong Rush, take out Toxapex in one shot. With Trick Room now gone, we see the last Pokemon, Sableye, who goes for the knockoff, taking out Ursaluna. My next Pokemon is the Hatterene, who sees Sableye go for the Terra Fairy Phantom Force as we whiff the Dazzling Gleam. On the next turn, Phantom Force connects, getting that big damage as we set up one more Trick Room and go for the Healing Wish. This allows us to pivot back into Iron Hands at full health, who's able to go for the Swords Dance, getting those boosts. Sableye disappears one more time, allowing us to dance with the swords again as they connect with the Phantom Force and do barely anything with the crit. We go for the Wild Charge, take out Sableye. Good game. Let's get into the second battle as I go Porygon 2 and my opponent starts Kingambit. On the first turn, Kingambit goes for the switch into Glimmora as we set up the Trick Room. Now able to outspeed, we go for the Terra Ground Terra Blast, knock Glimmora all the way down to a Sash. After setting up Stealth Rock, Glimmora switches into Gliscor, who flows right over our Terra Blast. Unfortunately for Gliscor, we have the Ice Beam, which takes him out in one shot, causing my opponent to forfeit. Good game. And now for the last battle of the video, we see Ceruledge versus Porygon 2. Right away on turn 1, we see Ceruledge go for the boost as we set up the Trick Room. Now able to outspeed, we go for the Terra Ground Terra Blast, getting some huge damage, but Ceruledge retaliates with the Bitter Blade, healing it all back. We then see a boosted priority Shadow Sneak. Porygon 2 just survives, goes for the Terra Blast, takes out Ceruledge. The second Pokemon is Kingambit, who we don't want to mess with, so we decide to switch into Iron Hands. Activate the Quark Drive, get the attack boost as they start dancing with the swords. Not wanting to face Iron Hands right now, they switch into Great Tusk as we go for the Drain Punch, which they eat up no problem. Expecting them to outspeed with the ground move, we go into Cresselia as they go for the Headlong Rush, which we fly right over. My opponent then switches back into Kingambit, which we don't mind as we set up a Trick Room again. Now able to outspeed, we fire off the Moonblast, which does barely anything but pops the balloon as they go for the Kowtoa Cleave, get big damage. Good thing we have our Kingambit check Iron Hands as they start boosting with the Swords Dance again. But they don't want to lose Kingambit, so they switch into Ninetales, get the sun going as we go for the Drain Punch, get that big damage. Able to outspeed, we go for one more Drain Punch, take out Ninetales. Down 2-0, my opponent goes back into Great Tusk, as we switch right back into Cresselia to fly right over the Headlong Rush. Just like before, they go back into Kingambit, and then you guessed it, we set up a Trick Room. Unable to do much, we go for the Lunar Dance, sacrificing Cresselia, avoiding the Kowtoa Cleave, and allowing us to go back into a full health Porygon 2. Not wanting to lose Kingambit, we see Walking Wake, as we fire off the Terra Blast, do some big damage. Able to outspeed, we go for one more Terror Blast, take out Walking Wake. My opponent then forfeits. Good game. And that's the video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for future content.